So, my name's Ryan Fowler, and this year we're doing a challenge to try and raise awareness and money for kids with a terminal illness. It's going to be Rios Ride, and the idea is to take 17 days, riding all the way from Adelaide, making our way down to Melbourne before we go on to Hobart, back up to Melbourne and make our way to Sydney. I'm pretty proud to say that we've got 3 state premiers involved. Rios' legacy was designed to hallmark these kids because they're fearfully, wonderfully made, and anything we can do to raise that awareness and build more hospices around in Australia. So obviously to join this challenge called Rios Ride, 2 ways you can do it. Obviously you can go through our website, you can follow us on Instagram or on Facebook. If you can't join the ride or want to come and support that way, then no drama. You can create a fundraising page and put on an event, and all the money you raise goes towards helping kids with a terminal illness.
Our boy passed away January 2018, and it's the toughest thing you can go through, but rather than sit there and get upset about that, it was more going, okay, how can we champion places like Bear Cottage and Very Special Kids and Hummingbird House and build more of them so that families, when they go through that, have somewhere to go.
It really is an inspirational story, turning a tragedy into something which is going to leave a lasting legacy for future generations. To you and to your crew, congratulations. We just want to wish you all the very best. Thank you for starting your ride in South Australia, and all the best for the ride.
Thank you so much.
A group of cyclists is raising money and awareness for children's hospices in honour of a little boy who died last year. They've just completed the Tasmanian League of their 2,000-kilometre charity ride.
Ryan and his 2 mates have embarked on a 2,000-kilometre charity ride which started in Adelaide. They're halfway through, just completing their 4-day Tassie leg.
From the top with the Premier Hodgman, obviously lending his support, and then when we're down in Hobart we're able to catch up with Minister Barnett and also Minister Courtney and talk about why we're doing this, which is for kids with a terminal illness.
It's been a grueling challenge, but it's the way we want it. The more challenging, the more satisfying, so we wouldn't want it any other way.
So far, the team has raised $35,000 as part of their 17-day ride, which finishes in Sydney next Saturday.
So here we are, just about 30 k's outside of Goulburn, heading into Bowral today, day 15. So we've been riding for about 2 weeks. Yesterday was a big day, 2 weeks of riding. Yesterday we covered 170 k's over 2,500 elevation, but we also covered 2,000 k's for these kids and for little Rio. So it's been amazing. Hopefully we'll get to Bowral. The wind's behind us at the moment. Then down to Wollongong before we are looking forward to coming into bed.
So Rio's legacy, I mean, you know, really heart-moving story, but so important. You had that personal experience with Bear Cottage, and so now raising funds for all those families and kids that do need to use Bear Cottage. Tell us a little bit about just how important this is.
Oh, it's tremendously important. I mean, without Bear Cottage, when we went through what we went through with our son, I don't think we could have gone through it. What they gave not only my boy in his moment of need, but also my daughter and my wife and us as a family, it goes without words. And that's where we were like, okay, there's only 3 of these places. We can try and help out and raise awareness, but also funds for the families to get that help when they need it the most.
Yeah, so the goal is a few more Bear Cottages, you know, hospice and around the country. How much money have you raised so far?
So for the ride, we're just on around 50,000 a raise. So hopefully it's the last day. We're looking for the final day. You know, big push would be great.
You were right in front of There was an emotional welcome at the end of a very long bike ride at Manly's Bear Cottage today. Ryan Fowler and friends completed an epic journey from Adelaide to Melbourne, Hobart and then up to Sydney. It's called Rios Ride and is aiming to raise $100,000 for children with terminal illness.
The reception we got, truly overwhelming, and that warms the heart and inspires me even more.
As well as supporting Australia's 3 current hospices, push is on to build at least
If
one.
someone says they're going to ride almost 2,000 kilometres, well, you might think that they were bluffing, but nothing could be more true for Ryan Fowler, who just completed a cycling tour from Adelaide to Sydney.
And to tell us more, we're joined by Ryan, Karen and their 5-year-old daughter, Remy Fowler. Hi to you all. Good to see you. Let's start with you, Ryan. Congratulations on a gruelling and amazing ride. Just tell us how it all went.
Oh, look, it went well. And look, it's like you said, it was a gruelling ride, crossing 4 states. Adelaide to Sydney sounds long enough, but then when you go via Melbourne and Hobart, that are just 150 k's average in a day. A long journey, but obviously there's a big reason why we wanted to do it.
You said this was a mentally tough ride this time. Why is that?
Yeah, I found it challenging. Obviously, as you said, close to 6-7 hours on a bike. Physically, last year the run I did was quite physically challenging, but this one was mentally. It got to me, but as I said, each day I was reminded by my little boy and these kids and obviously everyone around us and what we're trying to achieve here.
What was it like for you, Karen? Because you were there for a large part of it. In fact, every step of the way, was it?
Every step of the way. We had 3 convoy cars, 2 on the road and the runaround car. So we do all the... My mum was with me the whole time. We had other people joining in and helping. We do all the shopping, cooking, grocery, chemist runs, physios, massage, just kind of the behind-the-scenes, ice buckets in wheelie bars, everything to just keep the guys on the road and get as much media exposure as possible. But it's relentless, but it's absolutely worthwhile. And this time, it felt like it had a whole lot of heart and a lot more community and connection around it.
Great.
Was there ever a moment that you would have felt like you couldn't keep going?
No. I mean, well, sometimes. I mean, I don't talk about it, but I'm a type 1 diabetic, so there's a lot of complications that also add to it. But as I said, I'm to be inspired by my little boy and these other families that we're trying to do this for. I mean, there's only 3 of these hospices. We want to see more nationally, and to have support of local governments and state governments and Mike Baird. And I had my brother Chad with me again, and then a mate of mine, Lee, along the way. You can't help but just keep going, even though you have a 30k southerly in your face, you just keep fighting.
And I guess, Karen, so much of this is raising awareness and hopefully creating some change, but it's also about raising some money as well. So how did you go on that score?
We've raised somewhere between 50 and 60,000 this time with the ride, so that's great. Overall, the charity's sitting at around 320,000.
Great.
These hospices are very financially and labour intensive. They require a lot. So we have very much an advocacy role as well, and we'd like to just get the story out there that there is a need. And along the way, we definitely met more families that were going, "What's available to us? Sorry, what happened to you guys?" That's happened to us. And every time we meet a family that says, "This is my little boy, he's not going to survive," or "This is his diagnosis," we just go, "Okay, this needs to happen, and we need to do this better in this country."
Let's talk about that need, because what you guys are saying is that there's not enough palliative care centres around the country. What do we have and what don't we have?
So we only have 3. So these are actual, I think we've said before, but this is when the hospital can't do any more. And the only other way you can do it is either go home, and sometimes that's too hard for families. So these are places that are offered to families, and they bring the family together. I mean, the support they gave, not just my boy, but also my daughter here, and and the love that they gave her and us as a family is amazing. So we only have 3 in this country. There's 56 in the UK. So the 3 that we have in this country is obviously Hummingbird House in Queensland. We have Bear Cottage, which we love here, and obviously very special kid in Manly. And we're trying to champion them, but also build more. Like WA, they have a service there called Hannah's House, but to actually build a Hannah's House would be amazing.
You only get one shot at saying goodbye to your child for the very last time, and we don't want to sell people short of being able to do that in a supported way.
Absolutely right. We can do everything we can. We will share that information. And congratulations to you, because you are, of course, 4 months pregnant. So congratulations. We are really thrilled for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Good to see you all.
Thank you, Remy. You're gorgeous.